She really hates him, it's really true.
Testing 1, 2. Welcome to My Wife Hates Me, the number one podcast in Hillsborough, New Jersey.
In our basement. It's the number 2 podcast in our basement.
Why? There's another podcast in our basement?
Yeah.
What is that?
Crazy.
Okay, Adam.
The cat and our dog do a podcast.
Well, we have a special guest today. We have Adamant here today.
Why Adamant?
Because he used to wear big glasses.
Oh.
Those are pretty cool.
I'm at that age where now my personality is my glasses.
What's with your
and
shoulder?
I give the finger like this. How come women of a certain age give the finger so aggressively? Like they don't just flip you off. They're like,
I don't know. Maybe because they're...
You could tell how old someone is
What's that?
By how aggressively they give the finger.
Well...
Anywho's...
What's going on in your life?
What's going on is Raina got her driver's license.
I said in your life, but yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. And
she was supposed to be home at 10. You can't drive after 10, Bonnie. Told me there's rules.
Can you please stop licking it? If you can't stop burping, stop talking.
I didn't burp.
You're like, she's supposed to be home.
That's the most neck work you've done in years.
Here he goes. Here he goes, by the way, fully hijacking a conversation in which he knows nothing about.
I know a lot about it.
Why don't you say, hey, are there conditions on the license when they get them at that age? Do you want to talk about it? No, you're like, this is it.
Oh, what are the conditions?
I don't really even know. I know.
Then why would I ask if you don't know?
Well, I've never Googled it. I don't have my phone, or I would. But I don't think they're supposed
Want me to Google it?
I just know what Raina told me, and I don't think they're supposed to drive past 10. They're not supposed to have a certain number of people in the car. I don't think they're supposed to be out of state.
Oh, they can't go out of state or out of mind?
Anyway, so yesterday, her first day, she went in the morning.
Wait, conditions? Is that the word? New Jersey conditions?
Yeah, it's limits on your license when you're 17. I don't know. Anyway, she got up in the morning, went with a driving instructor, took an hour driving test, did an hour driving practice, did the test, passed. She told me it was fairly easy, and came home, got her car keys, and left. Came back after midnight.
Oh, here we go. You must be 7 years old and not in suspension status. Well, how would you be in suspension?
Do you want me to read it? Because it's like a lot of
no driving,
something going on in your mouth.
No driving between 11:01 p.m. and 5 a.m. What if you work nights?
Well, you can't work that late, so you can't drive past 11.
You must be accompanied by an adult supervising driver, at least 20 years old and licensed to drive for at least 3 years.
No, that's if you have your
That's
permit.
the permit.
No, what did we say? Why do you keep saying permit? It's a permit.
Permit.
No, permit.
I don't want to read. Well, what's this? What is the curfew for? Further, the holder of licenses under 20 years age shall not drive during the hours between 11:01 and 5 a.m. 20 years of age shall not. Under 21. So for 4 years, she can't drive between 11 and... not drive from New Jersey. I don't... Look it up. Whatever you guys want to need to know, look it up. All right? I'm not your fucking Google man.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Certainly not. You don't even know how to say permit. So you kept saying... I don't know why we were talking about it, but you kept saying, oh, you needed Raina's permit. You kept going, I need your permit.
Her permit, yeah.
And we kept saying, no one says permit.
They say permit. That's
and
what you get.
If it's used as a verb, sure. But as a noun, people say permit.
Well, she already broke the rule her first day with a license.
She got home at after midnight last night.
It broke the rule her first day. She is a felon.
Well, I
living
called
with
her
a
a couple
fella.
times. She's like, "We're at the fair. We're at
Applebee's.
Applebee's. I'm driving all my friends home. I'll be right home."
She probably had too many kids in the car, which is against the rule. Driving,
That, as far as you know, you just looked it up and you couldn't
I
figure it
said,
out.
which is probably against the rule. I didn't say it's definitely against the rule. I said probably.
Okay.
Words have meaning. Listen.
This is like, you think Joe Rogan's podcast is full of misinformation?
I don't think that.
This-
I didn't say that. Bonnie did. I don't.
Even Joe Rogan says it. He said it in his specials.
What did he say?
He said something about his podcast is full of misinformation. I don't remember the joke.
Oh, well. I think he gives pretty good information. Oh, I was
You've
asked.
never listened to his podcast. This is what you do. You're so scared of Joe Rogan.
I'm not scared of anyone. In
No,
this
that
business.
or you are. You're
1 minute
filled
show-
with fear.
1 minute. I'm not. You know what fear stands
You've
for?
never listened to this podcast. I think it's a pretty good podcast. You've never listened to it, not one time.
I was on it twice, so don't
Yeah, but
say I
you've
don't-
never listened to it.
But I've been on it.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. So, but how would you have any idea if it was like misinformation or not?
I was asked to do this podcast. or
It's
whatever.
already started. I can't.
Listen.
Okay, so we're gonna kill this podcast, and we're gonna reboot a new podcast, one that I'm not on, and Rich is gonna do something on his own,
No.
and it's gonna be so nice and so fun. But I can't. People say, "Oh, does this help your marriage?" No, it doesn't. All I do on this is determine. For whatever reason, and I know people don't know this,
What?
on this podcast, Rich acts like he doesn't know anything. He can't pronounce
That's not
anything.
true. That's not
He's
true. You
Stupid.
just break everything down.
Okay, no. In real life, he's not like that. In real life, he's actually smart. He makes me laugh. He's fun. He's lighthearted. But on this podcast, he just doesn't do it for whatever
It's
reason.
maybe kind of early in the morning, and I'm still not awake sometimes. Physically, I am, but mentally.
So if
I gotta
someone said
kick
to
it.
you, "Okay, you can here's $1 million, but you have to be upbeat in the mornings." At one point, you wanted us to do a morning show. So then
That would
every
be different.
okay,
I would go to bed early.
okay.
That's different.
So for 45 minutes, you can't be like, "Let me just." You can't put it on at all.
I am now. Look.
Okay.
Well, anyhow.
So anyway, when we do this, a lot of times when we leave this podcast, I feel worse about our relationship because I go, every time we go to make a clip, I go, "Oh, it's just
Yeah, let's
another
make a-
one of me yelling at Rich," which is not.
Oh, yes. Last week, you said if you want to get laid, shut your mouth. Okay.
Okay,
look at
but
her
it's always
smile.
the same.
All right. Well, I asked for clips.
I'm always like, don't stare at your own reflection. Try to look in the thing.
That's what I'm
All
doing
these
now.
things like constant. It's not permit. It's permit. It just won't. And then it
Your glasses are a little dirty.
yeah.
We help each other with certain things. What?
Stop it. You're so dumb.
Well, listen.
But I'm just saying, it's like this isn't an accurate portrayal of our relationship.
No, we get along. Most
We
of the
get
time.
along most of the time because most of the time I'm not trying to get a conversation out of them. In this podcast, I'm
Well,
asking.
you're not an Italian mother.
It is conversation. I'm asking him. When we're doing the podcast, I'm asking a lot of him, which is to be deep and interesting.
I'm deep a lot.
And in real life, I never ask that of him. I have other people to do that. I have great podcasts you'll never hear with my friends on the phone. Okay. So that's why I think
Well, look.
this podcast we shouldn't continue it.
Oh, we should.
And I know this is
people-
also
People.
a repetitive thing of me saying we should stop. doing
People
the
depend
podcast.
on us. People's week.
Nobody depends on us.
Yes, a couple people probably.
No,
we
no one
have-
depends on us.
We have different walks of life come up to us. Go, I listen to your podcast. People that are coming to see you.
Yeah,
at
well, I
Verve
think
tomorrow.
people. I'm not saying that nobody listens. I'm not saying nobody listens to our podcast. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Well,
for
we gotta
me
do- we got- you know what?
personally,
Here's
for
what we gotta
my
do.
mental health,
We have-
I wake up in the morning of the day of the podcast and I go, oh, here we go. Time to get mad at Rich.
Well, no, you don't
Because
do
for
that.
whatever reason, you do these things where it's so annoying.
Look,
you
can
you don't try to get along. You think that the way the podcast
Oh.
works is that you've got to annoy me to a point. Whenever someone says, "What's your best podcast?" you go, "Oh, the one where Bonnie cried."
No, that was
The one
good.
I got Bonnie so upset she
That was
cried was a terrific podcast, and I think in some ways you're still chasing that dragon.
No, will you permit me to talk?
I believe that was like episode 5. I mean, the writing was on the wall from the very beginning.
Permit me to talk.
That's correct.
Thank
That's actually the correct way to say it.
See, thank you. What we need. See, last summer we took the summer off because we were moving. So we
And
came,
it was a wonderful summer.
we came back refreshed. And
It was a wonderful summer.
all we have
Were
to do
you
is
refreshed?
all we have to do is reinvent ourselves. Maybe switch sides. Maybe that could be it. But tell me if you ever heard of this guy. They asked me to do this.
Well, okay.
podcast.
So do you see what I'm saying?
I'm-
He. I don't know what he thinks he fixed right there. Do you think it's over? Do you think that's done?
Oh, we can work on it.
We'll switch sides. Anyway, let me talk about the thing that I want to talk
No,
about.
I got to ask you something. You
I
might
know, but we have
You're
45 minutes. So
You're worldly.
have some patience and we'll get there. It'll come up naturally.
I'm not a doctor. Get it?
And these are the kind of jokes where you go, you're better than that.
Yeah,
In real life, you wouldn't do that joke.
No.
In real life, you'd be like, if somebody said that, you'd be like, I'm never playing golf with them again because they said a patient doctor joke.
Yes, you're 100% right.
So
I'm a hypocrite.
why are you good job. But why do you do it here?
Because I won't do it again. You're right. It's just
No, it's not that you won't do it again. I'm just saying, for whatever reason, you choose not to be exactly who you are on this podcast.
who am I? Who am I? I'm Rich Voss. And I was thinking about this.
Oh, who you are?
No, work and comedy and this and that, and just take it easy and work and don't stress out over the business we're in. We're coasting. Everything's a bonus. You know what I mean? I did a Monday night. Shane asked me last week to come to his show at Helium on Monday night. You know, Shane and friends or whatever. And
Well, you didn't tell me who else was there. Who else?
I
was friends
don't
with
know
him?
any of them. They're
Oh.
like Philly comics or whatever. I didn't know any of them. And I said yes, and I'm not a fan of the owner of that club.
Oh boy, this is a big deal that you're saying it on the podcast.
I don't care. I'm
You
not a
guys used to
fan.
be best friends.
We played golf together. Oh, look who's sneaking
Oh,
in
shit.
now.
Oh,
my
no.
God, like a goddamn tiger. The cat walked in.
Our gigantic
trouble.
cat.
Trouble. And, you know, the owner of that club I used to play golf with, I used to work, and he just ghosted me and whatever. It is. People move on from comics. Comics move on from clubs. And I didn't want to do it because I like the club. I don't like the owner. Maybe I'll like him if he called me and said, hey, let's, you know, but as of now, I don't like him. But I said, that's not going to get in the way of me doing Shane's show, who I like, who I've known from the beginning. And I went in, excuse me, I had no resentment or anger. Walked in the dressing room, everybody was cordial. The managers, hey, good to see you again, welcome. I went on, I did like 17 minutes, killed. Shane went on after me, and it was great.
And did all right. He did all right.
He,
I like that you don't mention how he did.
He killed. He always does
Of
well.
course.
He's so funny. He's so likable. There's, you know what I mean? He just, and we hung out after it. Then I left, and it was, you know, a fun time. He goes, come back, do next week, you know, because we get along. I've known him forever, but I didn't let the anger and resentment of the, you know, the club owner who now I don't like get in my way. You see what I'm saying?
Bug.
Yeah, Bug. Look at the cat. That's our cat.
He's going to be on the
That's our first guest in years.
Yes.
We've only had one guest.
Bug, do you think we should still do the podcast? Okay, so is this the question that you wanted to bring up? No, that's what you wanted to.
No,
that's
no,
what you
I
wanted to
wanted-
stop the conversation
No,
for.
no, about this. This guy asked
I
me.
just read it, and I don't
He
think
asked
you
me-
should bring it up.
Oh, why? You know who it is?
No, I don't know who that is. I am sure is on Fox.
No, it's on some other thing. But I liked his stance.
That's why I don't think you should bring it up. Just let's. I think we all know where this is going.
Where it's going? Well,
That's the other thing.
what?
In a marriage, sometimes people have different views on things. Then it gets very difficult to have
Yeah.
conversations about it.
Well, why is the cat just doing circles?
So, aren't you glad you stopped the other conversation?
What was the other conversation?
I'm not going back to it. I'm just saying, like, this is like now you have nothing to talk about.
I do. Well, it's your turn. Go.
Okay, well, I fixed the pool light.
We fixed the pool light. I got it ready. And then you figured out, because I go, what's wrong with this? And we were lining it up wrong. Bonnie, the pool girl, went in the water like a little mermaid and fixed it, put it together.
While Rich and Raina sat on the side, basically just Rich micromanaged and Raina negged me. That's basically what happened. It's like, shut up. Try to do something here.
I didn't, I helped. I handed you a screwdriver when you needed it.
And then we got it in, and then the remote didn't work.
Well, Bonnie was going underwater to float down, to go down and put it in, and she kept floating up. And I had to hold her head down in the water, and it felt so good. I'm going,
No, he
It feels like I'm
listen. The truth
drowning
you
her.
kept saying, you go, I kept floating up, and then he goes, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna get in the water and hold you down. And
not
I was,
get in the water.
Oh, and I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, I didn't want to have any of that panic sensation of being held underwater. And you would think it's funny to hold me longer than
No, I would not. I'm not crazy, but I bought a snorkel. You wouldn't use it.
because the snorkel only goes down that much, and I needed to go down like a full meter.
Don't ever say meter. We don't use the metric system on this podcast. What the fuck is wrong with you?
2.5 feet.
Okay, perfect. Holy Jesus. It's not a Canadian household.
All right. All right. Well, during the Olympics, my sister called and she goes, the Canadians are doing really well. And then I go, so is America. And then I was like,
Oh my
am I
God.
American?
It's American.
I said, am I American?
You didn't say it. You paused before the can. Am I American? I don't know. Go. We can rewind it, but you're half and half, right? What did you take? What test did you take that I used to have to drive you to in Edison, in that building upstairs? You took a test.
I didn't take a test. We had to take a thing where to prove that we were both married. So then we were like, going over questions that we thought they might ask us,
No, but you had to go in.
even though we were really married. And then when we went in, the guy goes, I know who you are. I listened to you on the radio. You don't remember that? Because Raina had just been born. She was in a car seat. And
yeah, but
the guy was like, oh, no, I listen to O&A and it's so funny. And immediately stamped whatever we needed stamped. I never took a test. I never had to, because I never got naturalized. I'm a legal alien.
Oh my God.
I'm not a,
How do you get to be a citizen where you can vote?
then I have to be naturalized. I have to take the test and I have to do the
Get sworn in?
yeah.
Why don't you? No, I would keep dual citizenship. I wouldn't do that. Because if you do that, then you're not Canadian anymore? Or you're still Canadian?
It's complicated. They decide whether they're going to keep. I think it's up to the U.S. whether you're dual or not. I don't remember.
Stay dual. You know what I mean?
Stay dual. You could be dual, but you have to live in Canada for 6 months.
Oh. Well, a lot of people are moving to like Nashville or Austin because of taxes and, you know, comedy's booming in Austin. I like it here. We do pay high taxes. I mean,
But wait, they don't have to pay like property taxes?
no, they
or
have to
anything?
pay it. Their state tax is
Oh.
lower. Big deal. State tax is
I mean,
nothing.
you have to have a lot of money to make
But-
that, to have that be like such a.
No, but property tax is a lot lower down in those places. Like
Ours is
fucking, but ours
through
is
the roof.
Well, it's over 1,000 a month. Some people pay over 2,000 or 3,000 a month property tax, which is crazy, especially if you don't have kids that are using the school system in that town, or you know.
Well, like when I was looking at the our mortgage statement, it's like what we're paying the principal is like
nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. We're paying.
It's all like escrow. What the fuck is escrow? We're still paying escrow. I don't even understand it. It's like
Well, you're paying everything but
taxes,
the fucking
escrow, and then the principal is like
a
the
dollar.
least amount.
$4
Yeah,
every month.
it's
to
like
principal.
what the fuck?
Is that what you say? What the fuck?
I know. I was like, what?
Well, you should make 2 payments a month. They say it'll cut
Yes.
it'll cut you in half.
Because the first payment you pay all those things, but the second payment is full. I think you're fully paying
Your
the
principal.
the principal.
It don't matter. We're stuck here forever. No, we're not. I mean, we saw some nice houses when we were driving to.
Well, here's Rich. This is okay. First of all, as you know, he's got an addiction problem. So shoes. Then he has to buy every single pair of shoes he's ever seen. in
No,
his
I
life.
didn't buy a pair yesterday. I wanted.
Okay.
I've been pretty good.
Okay, yeah, because then you add new addictions. So then everyone knows the picture addiction he had. And I even said, hey, take this room, do what you must with it, put your pictures up. He does it. Then you start to see pictures showing up all over the house. Like it can't stop. It's like, so you're like, you gotta go, stop. Even if you say stop, that's enough. If you're gentle, it doesn't help. You have to literally have a full-blown fight with him for it to go into his brain. Because if you go, I asked you to stop 2 months ago, he'd be like, no, you didn't. You like them. Like he's twisted it. It's such an addiction. So now his new addiction, since we've moved here, is plants.
I've always liked plants.
Okay.
You know, plants and pictures make a room. Did you
Okay.
know that?
Okay. Great. I love that.
I've always loved. I used to have a plant business. I used to sell plants. I had a plant business.
There's no way for me. I've tried many different ways and different analogies. Like I like plants, but the other day he was hammering these
brackets.
into the
I wasn't having. I was screwing them into
screwing them into the
Window
frame, and then he was putting a wooden dowel across and hanging plants on, and it was just like, it's just like,
Look who's back.
it's a beautiful fucking house. You don't need to be trashing it up, and that's what he does. It's like you go, oh, if I say, oh, that's nice, I like that. He does a couple things. Oh, that tasteful, lovely, I like that. Oh, the plants in the he starts going crazy. The plants in the Florida room, the 3-season room, whatever you call it. And then I say, okay, but let's slow down on that a little because in the winter we'll have to bring him in. We have nowhere to put him. Oh, that's fine. He's gonna just
They were on sale.
buy more and put them in the house. I mean, it's insane. And you have to have a fight. You have to go, stop, enough. No, you can't do it. First of all, he has no,
Go.
as much as he thinks like his tastes are superb, he has no idea with fashion or with houses that tastes change. So if he saw something 40 years ago, you bet your fucking ass, if he learned it 40 years ago that this is nice, he still thinks that's nice. He doesn't realize like the changes of
What's that?
connection lost. No, we're fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Plants. Why does this? Oh, connected.
Okay.
Get the cat down.
Get out of here. Okay, so This, he won't Google. He won't look for like, he won't spend time. Like his addiction should, if he's really in love with decorating the house, his addiction should include like Googling like houses and what's new, what's interesting, what are people doing in their houses, how are people decorating. He does none of that. Zero inspo photos. Zero. He just only goes, I saw this when I was 10,
See,
and then goes ahead and does it.
first of all, I don't talk like that.
Okay, nobody's accusing you of talking like that. I'm just doing a funny voice. Stop it.
Okay, you want me to show you a picture? Hold on.
You're just getting mad about things that you can get mad at. Okay, you're going to show me this white trash thing that you already showed me. You Googled something to try to defend your position with the pictures.
No, here, Windows.
Can I just say and then the other thing that he does is he buys the plants. They're in these plastic containers and he never repots them. So he thinks, oh, this is a beautiful room with beautiful things and beautiful plants and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's trashy. What are we living in a greenhouse? Insane.
How is it? I don't get it.
See, you don't. You
I
don't
look at
get.
these people.
That's
put plants
not-
in their windows all the time. It's
That's not.
trashy.
Yes, if they're growing fucking weed, okay, that's not what we're doing. That's not for us. But let me tell you how deep this things addiction is that he has, where he tries to find something he likes, and then he thinks he buys one and he likes it. He likes that feeling. Oh, I got it. I did it. I did something good. So then he thinks, if I buy 400 more, I will get 400 times that feeling. Well, it doesn't work like that. Okay. Instead, the feeling you get is anger, resentment from your family, who you never consult with. You just go ahead and do it. If I just started doing stuff, you came home and things were painted or cabinets were different, wouldn't you be upset by that?
Not if it made you happy.
That is
That's
absolutely
not
not true. That is absolutely not true. If I did one thing, you see me walking with a hammer, you're like, no, 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 no. What are you doing? Let me do it.
First of all, I say that maybe to help. You're exaggerating.
No, you say, don't do it like that. That's not how you're going to do
Oh,
it.
probably not. 'Cause
You're a
about-
micromanaging fool, and you know that. So there's no possible way that I could do anything in this house. And I wouldn't without you. Why would I do that?
Well, we're going to get a couch together, a sofa, right?
No, I'm just going to get one day. I just realized now that's how it has to
What are you
be.
going to do with the other sofa? If we could get it downstairs.
I'm going to put it in your bedroom.
If we can get it downstairs.
Okay, stop thinking about it. It's not happening until Raina leaves for college. So one more year. I'm not getting a new sofa while that disgusting thing is still around. She's never used a
You
napkin
hate
in her life.
everybody.
Every time I give her food, I give her a napkin and I go, do you know what this is? Can you use it? And then I see her just wiping her hands on the couch. And then you go, look, it's like every day I have to like wash the arm of the couch.
You've seen her wipe her hands on the couch.
Go look. Just go look at the couch. Okay.
Who
Then-
drives you more nuts, me or Raina?
Definitely you. Okay.
Oh, more than Raina?
Raina's a child. Raina's like, you can be like, well, she's going to grow and change and come into her own. This is it. There's no changing. The amount of speaking that I can do to you about no more plants. I guarantee after this conversation today, he'll go get 2 more plants and he'll be like,
No.
what? I didn't know. I didn't know you didn't like. I thought you liked them. He'll change it in his head. He won't hear it because that's not what he wants to hear.
That's not true.
Okay, so it took everything, and now he'll argue this, but believe me when I say it took everything and me saying, I'll do it myself to buy this house. Okay? To convince him to move out of where we were living into this because we deserve it.
But it wasn't. I went along with it. No problem. I didn't argue against it. I just didn't like the move. It was fucking. It's very stressful. But
Okay.
I didn't argue against it. I'm a big fan
Okay.
of this house.
Since we bought this house, this is how his addiction works.
Let's hear it.
several houses he's been like, we got to buy this house. We should move one more time. We should go into this house. This house is bigger. This house is better. Because he got a good feeling moving into this house. So he'll get an even better feeling moving into a bigger house. That's the craziness that goes on. And we were driving back from Soul Joel's the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And so just to pass the time, I was reading him Zillow, like houses in our area that are for sale and how much they are and blah, blah, blah. Well, one of them he started getting obsessed with. He goes, call the agent. Well, we got to get this house. We're going to buy this house.
To flip it.
But see what I'm saying? He goes to flip it. He doesn't flip houses. He doesn't, he has such a weird thing of making money in such a bizarre fucking way of doing something he's never done before, like flipping a house, something that's high stakes like that. But will he read an ad the way it's supposed to be read on this podcast for money? No, he won't. He won't do the thing in this business that could make him so much more money. But he looks out there. But it really is about...
It's expanding your...
No, don't try to switch it. It's really about... It's an addiction. And if I die... I guarantee you this house will be full of things. Full of things. I mean, this will be within 5 years, such a hoarder situation like poor Raina.
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'd rent out a couple rooms, maybe.
Again, to make money. Like, what? Go fucking put some effort into stand-up.
I do all the time. I keep busy in stand-up. What, are you kidding me?
I mean... You're going to rent out, you're going to live with people? Like, this is the thing.
No,
he also doesn't think about it.
House.
He also doesn't think about
I would sell that house. If you passed, which would break my heart, I would sell the house and then get a condo.
I'm sure it'd be the shittiest. He'd go right back into white trash land like that. He'd have fucking planks across his window with dead, plants on them in plastic containers. Shoes everywhere.
I was saving
boxes of He's never been somewhere where someone's been like, "Hey, you want this T-shirt?" Where he's been like, "You know what? I got thousands and thousands."
You
of
don't
T-shirts.
know. I turn T-shirts down all the
He
time.
comes home. Hey, you want this? Nobody wants your T-shirts. Nobody wants them.
You're wearing what I gave you right now.
I gave you this to begin with.
You gave me the blue one that was stolen or misplaced. That one, I've had that.
Yeah,
shirt.
see, you're giving away T-shirts. This isn't a T-shirt from a club. You're giving away T-shirts. You have so many. It's like this whole basement would be full of T-shirts. I mean, it's like you don't understand the things I throw out when you're not looking because you don't have a good memory, so you don't know that it's happened. I just throw shit out. I just constantly am throwing shit out. Where's that bloody blah? I have no idea. I don't know.
Well,
your room looks like it's starting to look hoardery.
No.
Oh, it's every bit of wall there's stuff. Every day he comes in with a new shelf. He's got to put another shelf in. It's like it's going to be ceiling to floor to ceiling shelves.
I just have one more shelf to put in, but that's it. What's I like things.
He one day bought a shelf. It made him feel good. Now he's got to have shelves every. Somebody, there's got to be a therapist or something that can give me some tools on how to deal with someone like this. But there's no changing that brain. Do you see where he goes? No, just one more. It's such an addiction.
I don't have it.
It's like he hasn't. He stopped drinking. He stopped doing drugs. He doesn't. I guess eat sugar anymore.
I don't smoke.
That addiction's still very, very much alive.
No, it isn't.
The nicotine addiction,
yeah,
absolutely.
But the smoking is.
You've never not had gum in your mouth. You've never gone 12 hours without gum in your mouth. Mm. I don't think you've ever gone an hour.
Ever?
Yeah. Your stomach is like, I don't know. Okay, forget it. So have the gum if you want. That's totally fine. But
Oh, thank you.
I'm just saying there's something in you that obviously you must know is there or not there. That's like fill. You're not giving it to yourself, so you got to like get happiness from buying things.
No, I
We
cut
all
that
do
out.
it. We all do it sometimes. I'm not saying I'm not better than you. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying in your case, it's an addiction.
No.
In your case, do you remember sat you down, Rain and I, and said, "Stop buying pictures." We counted them. There was 23 or something.
40. No, I
Was
don't
there
know.
that many? There was
No,
a
I don't
lot.
know.
This was at the old house, and we said, "You have to stop." We had it. Okay. A day later, maybe we went to a secondhand store, that your favorite store, Habitat for
Oh,
Humanity
that
or
what a
whatever.
great store.
And there was a big picture there with the ornate frame that you like. And you said, I got to get this. And I said, no, we agreed. Stop. Just this one more. Look at it. Look at it. I said, we have to leave. And if you still want it after we leave, you can come back tomorrow and get it. It might be gone. It might be gone. You were having a meltdown in the store.
No.
You kept going back to it. You kept trying to beg me to. I said, just walk out. It took everything in you to walk out. Once you did, you were fine. Once you forgot about it, you were okay. But you have a little bit with TVs where you're like, I need a TV. Every time you go to, I need to get a TV. I need to get a TV.
I saw one at Walmart. It's like 75, 80 inches for like $500. We do need that for downstairs, for the TV room downstairs. We don't need it. It would be nice. I mean, a big screen. We'd watch movies, come down, have popcorn, you know. But we did have one, but it broke before I put it up. Look,
So this is what we're dealing with.
well, we're not dealing with anything.
No, we're not. We're actually not,
We
because
gotta get it-
none of this will resonate with him.
That's not
He'll
true.
forget the minute that this is over, that
That's
we
not
had
true.
this conversation. He's going to bring a shelf in today and put it
No,
put it
I
up.
have a shelf I ordered, but I
Okay.
didn't put it up yet. It's already ready to get put
I
up.
mean, the other thing too is that he doesn't exactly switch from one addiction to the other. He maintains them all. Once it comes into the experience, it is there. So the shoes never go away.
I don't.
The plants will never go away. The pictures will never go away.
That's not true. But up in the upstairs hallway, that one big wall, you said you wanted a big picture on that one big wall. Once you go upstairs and make a right, the big wall.
Oh,
there.
that's the other thing. I can't say a thing.
What?
I can't be like, oh, someday I'm going to walk in, see the perfect thing, buy it. Da, da, da. No. If you say, oh, there's no just kind of like enjoying life and having
I am-
room for things when you're out and you see something you want and you can have it. No,
Yes.
it's go get it now.
No,
The
no.
minute I say something, I go, it'd be cool here, a little something, da 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 da, and it's always like the oldest thing you've ever seen in your life, or the cheapest
I don't
piece
buy
of
cheap.
shit.
I don't buy.
Yeah, but
cheap.
you don't buy expensive furniture.
Oh,
You're not buying like stuff that you're going to hand down to your kids.
What, that table I bought for the living room, cost like $600. The table in front of the couch there, the big one. The
I love that
coffee
you think
table.
$600 is a lot for
For a little table,
a coffee
For a
table. I mean, it's not a generational wealth or anything that you're like.
Well, listen.
But listen, that's a nice coffee table. I'm not saying that, but
It's
I'm
beautiful.
just saying.
Then
like,
I saw one in Habitat for Humanity for like fucking 75. That's even better. I was so upset.
well, I'm surprised we don't have both of them in there.
I'm surprised that you look pretty as hell today.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
how
not
it gets.
catfishing you.
You like these?
I like
glasses?
those glasses. That's why.
Okay.
Well, we got to wrap this up. I think we can. I think we've come to a good conclusion.
You don't want to like say anything about like what is it that's causing this addiction? Like, don't you feel like you have to say like
Well, here's the thing.
my
When I
dad
was
abandoned me and therefore
No.
these things won't ever leave
Not
me?
true. When I was young, we didn't have anything. Growing up, I didn't have any, and now I have money. So if I see something I like, I buy it. I get
But
it.
that's not it. That's not it. That's really not it.
That's part of it.
No, it's
Yes.
not, because actually,
I'm selling one of my Rolexes. I don't need three. I'm gonna
Okay.
get rid of one.
it's actually not it,
I'm buying a new
because
car.
there's lots of people who grew up with nothing. Also, sometimes people who grow up with nothing, they have where they don't buy anything, where they don't have things,
Yeah.
because they still have the idea that they might be poor again.
Well, look at what's his name, the real rich guy. What's his name? The older rich guy. He lives in a small house still.
Oh, the I know who you're talking about, Buffett.
Yeah. Well, look, we'll discuss it more next week. I think we're doing well.
But will you?
Oh.
But will you? Not to keep hammering this. But will you
I'm not buying
think
any more
about it?
plants.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
buying
no,
any
no,
more.
no, no. Will you think about it? Will you think about next time you have
Yes.
an urge to buy one of your addictions? Will you think about, like,
Yes,
what
I
is
stopped.
the actual feeling?
I was
No,
last.
not will you stop, but just what is the actual feeling? What am I trying to? What is it? Anxiety I'm trying to quell? What is it actually that I'm trying to do? It's the same as if you were gonna try to stop drinking, and every time you had a drink, you're like, well, what is it? Like, why am I drinking? Why do I need to escape?
Good point.
And do you think you'll ever go to a meeting where you go, I'm Rich Voss, I'm an addict, I have 37 pictures, I love ornate frames, I can't stop.
I like certain things. I like certain things you like. I don't tell
I
you.
mean, I got a lot of glasses.
Yeah. See, and I think you look good in those. Get more pink.
I see he has the addiction with other people.
Pink.
That
Different
is true.
colors.
You've never said don't get it to me about anything. You're always like, get it. I'm like, should I get it?
Yeah. Why not? You can afford it. Oh, I gotta eat. I gotta
I
run.
mean, it's like when I told you I don't want a designer handbag, and then you got me. So twice this has happened where I said I don't want a designer handbag, and you one time you bought me a Louis Vuitton, and then this last time you bought me a Chanel, which
well,
I
you
love
didn't
both
say
of them.
you didn't say I didn't want a designer.
No, I said
handbag.
designer handbags are not cool anymore, and that's 2 days later. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't compute.
That Chanel is a nice pocket.
It's very nice. I wear it every day.
Every day, not every day.
Every day.
Exaggerating.
No, every day, because I haven't switched it out yet.
All right. Well, listen, we got to run. Bonnie's filming a movie this weekend. I'm at Governor's in Long Island. Go to richvoss.com. I'm adding dates for next year already. And still working, keeping busy. Next week or the week after, I'm on Gutfeld again. And
There we go. Good job.
thanks, scratch my back. There you go. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back.
Oh my God. See, he won't say that in real life.
That's not true. And hey, what did you think of the Vince Vaughn show that we started last night?
I like it.
I like him though. He's good.
He's good. He definitely makes it.
He's good.
He's just got such a good,
his
like,
fucking
he
delivery.
can take any dull line and give it a little.
Well,
zhuzh.
his cadence and delivery is
Yeah.
it's just
He's likable.
very, very. All right.
Good job, Vince.
We're
Vaughn.
fans of Vince Vaughn. If you're listening, remember when we met at the sushi restaurant in L.A.?
Oh, just quickly, we'll tell the Vince Vaughn story then. So we're at a sushi restaurant. I believe I picked that restaurant.
Yes.
It was like a kind of, little out of the way thing that someone had told me about. And we're in there, and Vince Vaughn walks in.
Was leaving
No, he sat behind us. No, he sat somewhere
in the other room.
where I realized halfway through, Rich did all of his talking like this. And I realized, oh, he's getting out of the way of my face because he has a direct line, like Vince's could see him, perchance. This is when he was on Last Comic Standing. And then when Vince Vaughn was leaving, Rich was doing a lot of this, like casually, like making sure his face was visible. And then Vince Vaughn goes, funny guy,
Yeah, he
to you
stopped.
as he walked out. But it's still like you
Yeah,
were
well, man,
really working it.
Me and my buddy Vince, we go way back. Peace out, folks.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane. Produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.